The THETA X works great to display thumbnails. By using thumbnails in your application, you can get much better performance when you scroll rather than using the full-size images. I'm using the camera.listFiles command to generate a list. You can either set the max thumb size to 0 or 640. If you set the thumb size to 640, you will get base 64 encoded string in the body of list files. You can also call up the thumbnails one by one by setting a query parameter of type equals thumb. So in your get request, if you just put a question mark type equals thumb, you'll be able to put on the thumb. Then in your application, you just iterate through all the listing of the URLs. I tried this with both the 5.5K image and the 11K image. That parameter can actually be set in file format. The 10 megabyte 11K resolution file is reduced down to about 65K. So quite a bit smaller, and it'll make your application much snappier. The previous example is a 5.5K image. I'm going to try it again with a 11K image. As the camera runs a little web server in it for the images, you can just control-click on the URL in your API tester, and it's going to show the full-size image. Then if you right-click on the image in your web browser, you can save it to your local disk and then inspect the image for analysis. This image with 11K resolution is 10 megs in size, so pretty hefty if you're going to be transferring this thing over just to list the thumbnails. However, if I pass it the query type, so question mark type equals thumb, I'll get a much smaller file that's easier to use, especially in the thumbnails. And then you can right click on it and inspect the thumbnail here, just as a quick test. So this time I think I'll save it with underscore thumb, just to be clear which is the original file and which is the thumbnail for this test. Your app could cache the actual image or the thumbnail and then display it from the local storage in the mobile phone. However, if you're dealing with 10 meg images, your UI could slow down. So you might as well cache the thumbnails and then sync it up. This is a working example of the embedded base64 thumbnails. This is my recommendation, as I find this to be a bit faster than the individual loop. This is an example with the thumbnails set to 0, so there's no thumbnails. The details are off in this example. This is what you would need to grab the URL and then iterate through it. This might be good if you want to only show specific thumbs. For example, the favorites.